Golden State Media Concepts Sci-Fi Podcast. Together we dive into the world of sci-fi and science fiction. From episodes of Star Trek, Star Wars, to The Walking Dead, Resident Evil, all the hot new science fiction movies from the backdoors of Marvel or DC. The Golden State Media Concepts Sci-Fi Podcast. You'll never look at science fiction the same way again.
Welcome to the GSMC Sci-Fi Podcast with your favorite host, Ryan Holloway, brought to you on and by the world famous GSMC Podcast Network. Now, I got a few things for you guys today. I want to say RIP to Rick Grimes. No, Rick isn't really dead, but apparently he's not going to be on like Walking Dead after next season. Also, I might review a Black Mirror episode with you guys that I think is pretty interesting. I want to know how you feel about it. But first things first, Deadpool 2. Now, I've been known to give out a massive disclaimer about how when I come back from being somewhere that I will spoil things for you. I take no shame. I take no shame in it. No, in fact, I'm prideful about it because I feel like I give you guys a really great level of disclaimer before I spoil anything. We did this with Avengers. For weeks, I said, when I come back, I'm spoiling it for everyone. I promise you, I'm going to go see it, and when I come back, there'll be spoilers. Same thing with Black Panther. I'm going to watch the movie. When I come back, I'm going to spoil it. So you better go see it, because I'm going to come back and just, so-and-so dies off the rip. It just immediately. Everyone dies. Just immediately. I've been known to do that. I did this with this one. I told you guys last episode, I said, I'm going to go see the movie, and as soon as you turn this on, it's going to be spoiler time immediately. But I changed my mind because after watching it, I will review it in a way where I'm going to give my opinion. I'm going to give my opinion, and I don't want to give any spoilers because I still want you to see it if you haven't seen it, because you should see it just so you can kind of understand how I feel and get your own opinion. The reason I say all this is because Deadpool is a different breed because of the complexity. You want to know why it's complex? I'm going to tell you why it's complex. Because when we have superhero movies that are supposed to be PG-13, they have a level of seriousness in them because there's children there. So the children, that may sound really backwards, but give me a minute to explain it. When I say there's a level of seriousness there, we all know it's pretend, but the kids are like, "Oh my God, Spider-Man's dead!" Like it has to be dramatic enough where kids like believe it and they want to know what's going to happen. It's got to be dramatic for us too. You can do that with PG-13. When it comes to R-rated movies, there's obviously a certain amount of drama that's in an R-rated movie. Even if it's a dark comedy, that happens a lot too. We've seen comedies that are rated R. That's fine. Happens all the time. But there's a level of seriousness to that rated R comedy. Now, other than Deadpool, we saw Logan. That was rated R. That movie was next level serious. Logan, if you didn't cry watching Logan, then I need you to go to the doctor right now. I don't know, Kaiser, Sutter, wherever you go private, but go check on your soul. If you didn't cry during Logan, or you weren't scared when they released that clone, then maybe you just don't have a soul. I don't know. You should check on that. If you don't have one, visit OfferUp or Let Go. You can get a soul there. Maybe used and dirty, but you know. But when it comes to Deadpool, because it's a superhero movie and it's rated R and it's kind of a comedy, I'm just gonna say it's a comedy. The bar is kind of high. So since you have all those variables involved, I don't really want to mess up any. I don't want to leave my stench on this too much. I am gonna tell you how I feel about it. I will give you one spoiler because it happens in the first like 4 minutes. It's not like you're gonna go into the movie waiting for this to happen for hours. That's a spoiler. They kill off his wife. Now, Lorena Becerra is beautiful to me, and maybe this is why I'm emotional about this movie, because I was really looking forward to just seeing her. I know her from Homeland first and second season. I recognize her from Homeland first and second season. And she not only is an incredible actor, but she is a magnificent looking woman. I am okay with saying that. It's fine. Hopefully PC culture doesn't get me sued for saying that. But yeah, I said it. I expect her to be in the movie a little bit longer. But she dies. First strike. I wasn't very happy about that. I didn't really know what they were going to do with her character. You know how if someone's a superhero and their wife isn't a superhero, I mean, what can you do? Like, you can't really have someone just hanging around that's not, I mean, I get it. You know, I get, like, it's not like Lois Lane, you know, like they'll let, I apologize for saying like someone. I just realized I've said like 50 times in the past, like 35 seconds. I apologize. It won't happen again, you guys. Listen. You can have Lois Lane hanging around. That's the first superhero girlfriend. I completely understand. You can't just do that all the time. So they had to kill her. I get it. I do understand. I get it. I'm just saying I wasn't happy about it. I understand, but I don't condone it. You know what I mean? Okay. Here's something else. The opening scene of the first Deadpool movie, when he jumps into the car and just is fighting people in the car and cutting people's heads off, and the way it starts with that still movement of the camera through all the chaos, that was incredible, and you can't top that. You can't beat that at all. Never. That was something that I'm going to say affected me as well. I was waiting for one of those kind of endings, but for one of those type of beginnings. But what you get in the beginning is him destroying a bunch of people. I mean, he's doing work. He's doing Deadpool work. It is a massacre, but it's a little over the top, which sounds crazy to say about a Marvel movie, right? It sounds crazy to say that about a superhero, an anti-hero who's basically invincible and made of rubber and can't bleed. I mean, it was super duper ultra healing powers. It sounds ridiculous for me to say that it's over the top, but the beginning's kind of just a little bit over the top. It's a little over the top, even for Deadpool standards. But I understand, because you can't top that car scene from the first movie. You can't top that. It's impossible to top that. You can't turn on the show. You can't turn on a movie, have it go in slow motion, playing that slow song, and then everything is spinning around in the air. And he's like, "Let me tell you guys how we got here." You can't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way. So it's difficult to top. Now, when it comes to the rest of the movie as a whole, I believe that Marvel felt like the cast and the other characters were gonna save them. I'm not gonna want to say save it, but I want to say the rest of the characters were built to support the movie, which, I mean, it's common sense, right? But it's not, because some movies would be just as good and they bring in some extra cast members and be like, "Hey, you're here. All right, cool. But this movie would still be great without you." No, I think they had a plan with Cable, and if you guys didn't know, Terry Crews is in it. And they had a plan where we don't have to worry about it because the cast will be really good. But it kind of fell a little flat. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this once I get back from this commercial break. I'm doing my absolute best to not spoil this for you. I don't want to tell you anything that happens, but I just need you to know how I felt about the movie. I'll be right back.
Check out the show built around the women of MMA. From the UFC to the extreme cage fighting, we got the fights covered.
Listen.
It's the Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast. The latest news of upcoming fights, discussions of previous matches. Join us as we talk to and about the biggest names in women's mixed martial arts, past, present, and future. When it's the women's fight game, you know where to listen to. The Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast.
Welcome back to the GSMC SciFi Podcast with your favorite host, Ryan Holloway, brought to you on and presented by the world famous GSMC Podcast Network. Now, I'm going to go ahead and continue my review of Deadpool Part 2. In case you're just randomly tuning in the second segment, which I don't know why you'd be doing that, but just so you know, this isn't a spoiler. I'm not giving out any spoilers on this one because this isn't a situation where, okay, let me tell you why I'm not giving out any spoilers. Usually, I like to give out spoilers. I genuinely enjoy it when I enjoy the movie a whole lot. I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. You have to go see it. This happens. This guy dies, but it's cool. You got to go see it anyway. And I can convince you to go watch it, even though I've already gave you a lot of the things that have happened in it. Why? Because the movie is that good. This one, I'm kind of on the fence about the movie. So I don't want to give out spoilers and make you not go see it. I'd like for you to go see it, even though we do the podcast for people that have already seen the movie, but we're sharing it with everybody today. So for those of you that already saw it and want to know my opinion, yes, I'm on the fence about it. I like to know a few of you guys' opinions more before I just go into it. I have some positive things to say. Josh Brolin did a really good job at Cable. He's a perfect Cable. Josh Brolin does an outstanding job at playing parts where he's just a, I can't say this word. What's the word? He's just a professional handler. He's a professional business handler. I'm going to say that he's a professional business handler in every movie he's in. He's just that guy. He's just that guy. When it comes to Sicario, when it comes to even No Country for Old Men, he's a professional business handler, and I like him in the movie. One thing I grew tired of, just to be honest with you, I know this is a big deal for Deadpool because he does a lot of the thing where he talks to us as the viewer and breaks the fourth wall and narrates the movie. It got kind of old. It got kind of old to me. I'm a little tired of it. I get that that's the thing for him. All the movies have their thing. 100% get it. Thor cracks wise. Iron Man is super smart. Hulk, Dr. Bannon is kind of silly when he's not the Hulk. He's kind of a he's like kind of a dumb whiz kid. I get it. Everyone has their thing they do. I get it. But this, Logan has a really bad attitude. Rest in peace, Logan. But this was just too much for me. It was too much. And you know what I'm going to do for you guys? I'm going to watch the movie again because I feel like maybe I missed something. I mean, the story was good. The story was cool as far as the whole some kid is here from the future by accident and Cable's coming back to kill him. Kind of the whole Terminator storyline from, I don't know, 83, which is fine. People always come back from the future to kill people. That's what we do up here. I've never been back to the future. I don't even know how you go back. I've never been back to the past to go kill someone that's going to cause a problem. I haven't done that, but it seems like in sci-fi, this is what we do a lot. This is a common thread. We're always going back, fixing things like in Butterfly Effect. So the storyline was good. The cast helped support the movie, but you know what, guys? I kind of feel like I'm over Deadpool. The first movie was so good. It was so good. You know what? Let me tell you something else. So this is a side note. Did you guys see Equalizer with Denzel Washington? No, nobody saw it? Okay. I saw the first one. I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of silly. They're making another one. I'm going to watch it. Why? Because I like Denzel. And I have a feeling because my expectations are so low because I didn't like the first one, I'm gonna watch the second one because I feel like it's gonna be good because I like the first one. I use that example to say this about Deadpool. The first Deadpool movie was so good. It was so good that I don't really think that this could have met it. I don't think it couldn't have met it. There was nothing that it would be able to do to meet it. It's just not. Even the storyline of him having cancer, then volunteering for an experiment to become a superhero, and Francis lying to him and turning him into a monster, and him trying to find Francis so Francis can fix him. And Francis is like, I can't fix you. You're broken. I don't have an antidote for that. That's just a great story. It's just hiding from his girlfriend all the time. It's just a really good story. And then we go into this, and it's exactly what I expected it to be. You know how you have high expectations but don't have high expectations? And I'm not talking about being a negative Nancy. I don't mean being pessimistic. I just mean you just kind of know something is going to be what it's going to be. That's how I felt. I highly suggest you go see it. I really still do. I'm not saying that in a condescending manner. Like, Ryan, you just destroyed the movie for me. No. I still want to know what you think because, I mean, the CGI is really good. The story is good. Cast is an 8 out of 10. And, I mean, overall, I give it a 7. It's still funny. They have the wisecracking Deadpool Ryan Reynolds stuff in there, but other than that, I don't really. I'm on the fence. I want to think about it some more and probably see it again. Yes, I just saw it last night, as you can tell. I just saw it last night, so you can tell I'm still a little bit emotional about this. I'm a little emotional. So if you can see that, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and just not be so judgy about the situation. Jeez, I mean, just for once. With that. Enough of that. I want to say RIP to someone who spent a lot of time with us. Someone who's been rocking with us since, I don't know, maybe 2010, 2011. Yeah, that's Officer Sergeant Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes, yeah, Rick. Not Andrew Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln is still alive. He hasn't went anywhere. He's still Andrew Lincoln, but Rick Grimes is going to be RIP. In case you guys didn't hear, he's planning on walking away from The Walking Dead. I'm sure there was a pun somewhere that I could have put in there to make that sentence go, to just make it go a little bit better than it did, but I wasn't prepared to say that the way that I said it. So please excuse me for not having a comic relief at that exact moment. I digress. He's walking away from it. He feels like he's been on Walking Dead a little bit too long now because he wants to go pursue other projects and things like that. And the interesting thing is, what I find interesting is that a lot of people are upset about this, and they don't want him to go, and they're trying to write him letters for him to stay. But Maggie as well, her character, is interested in leaving and going to pursue other projects too. But the Walking Dead schedule, the recording for it, apparently is really rigorous, especially the way they do the seasons, right? Like, they don't just do one season of Walking Dead from October to like early December. They do one season with 7 episodes and another season with 7 episodes, another season with 7. So it seems like to me on my end, it seems like you're recording that show a lot. So I tip my hat to them because it seems like a lot of work. And I have mixed emotions about Rick leaving the show. On one side, I'm jubilant. I'm excited. I have an astounding level of excitement for him leaving the show. On the other side, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about him leaving the show. I'm going to explain all of that. Once I pay this bill, I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. I know I've made you really excited to go watch Deadpool, but don't watch it right now. Wait till I get back. Thanks.
This is your ultimate stop for everything sports. The Golden State Media Concepts Sports Podcast. Should I say more? From the NFL, MLB, the NBA to MMA, it's all in here. The Golden State Media Concepts Sports Podcast. Listen now.
Welcome back to the GSMC Sci-Fi Podcast with your favorite host, Ryan Holloway, brought to you by and presented on the GSMC Podcast Network to present all of the podcasting greatness for your ears. You should be enjoying this greatly as much as I am. So, as promised, I told you guys I was going to explain how I felt about Rick Grimes leaving the show. Now, part of me is happy about it. I'm going to tell you why. I like knowing that he's leaving because to know he's leaving lets us know the show is going to change. That's really helpful because from my understanding, I just felt like it was coming to an end because they've been doing it so long. And they're doing this thing where they don't really want to kill off any characters because you guys get really upset about it. When I say you guys, I'm not going to say we. I'm going to say you guys. Everyone wants to write the show when they killed Carl. No, it's fine. I was actually happy they killed Carl. He's walking around. He's disturbed. He has one eyeball. It's really bad. They had to let him go. And they killed Sasha a while ago. And then right before, like, Father Gabriel just went blind. And then before Sasha, can you remember who it was? So they're doing a thing where they're just really scared to kill off characters, which gets kind of boring. You kind of just got to kill them off. Rick has been on the show forever, and I get that he holds the show down for you guys, and you may think this might be like, what if they just killed off John Hamm and Mad Men, or what if they killed off Walter White in the beginning of Breaking Bad, or what if they just killed off Tony Soprano in the beginning of The Sopranos? I get your point. I understand it. The problem is with that theory is The Walking Dead has so many other side stories and things to be talked about that they don't really need Rick anymore. In fact, there's this. Rick, we know so much about Rick, they don't even do side stories about Rick anymore, in case you guys noticed that. I can't really say there's been a lot of side stories about anyone because the cast has gotten so big. The cast has gotten so big, they don't really do side stories anymore. Now, because the cast is so big, we can go back to doing side stories. It's okay if Rick leaves. I really want to know Negan's story. Hopefully they'll open up the next season with like one of those hour like flashback episodes about someone that we know nothing about. I think that would be kind of awesome. I'd like that. I'd like that a lot. So I'm excited he's leaving the show. I'm genuinely excited. I don't know how he's going to leave the show. If he kills him, I know you guys are going to be upset. Hopefully they kill him. Hopefully they kill him off. I know that sounds bad, but I don't want him to walk off into the sunset. I think that's going to be kind of silly. You want to know why it's going to be silly? Because if he walks into the sunset, there's always a chance for some reboot with him on there. No. I need someone to axe Rick. I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe he gets bit. Maybe he does something where he just gets tired of it, has a mental breakdown, jumps into a swimming pool full of zombies and ends his own life. I don't know, but I want it to be really dramatic. I want drama. I don't want some type of Morgan thing where he sprints to California. I don't want that. I want something incredible to happen. Not in like a Glenn way with the bat and covered in barbed wire. I don't want that. That's too much. Just something to talk about. Like Glenn with the bat, with the barbed wire. Kind of something like that. Also, Maggie's character is going to be leaving as well sometime soon. She says she's interested in pursuing other projects, but that's fine for her too. She's been there since like season 3 or season 2, so she's good too. I mean, we can just start cleaning up. Just clean it up, bring in some new people. I'm completely with it. I caught up on The Office. Right, I watch a lot of The Office on what show is on Netflix. I watched like the whole 10,000 episodes. Yes, I did that. And there was a time when they ended up getting rid of Michael from the show. The show was still good. It was still good. Eventually it ended. I think they did. I don't want to say like maybe 20, 30 more episodes without Michael, but it was fine because like dealing with Michael was getting really old. For those of you guys that don't know, that is, what's that guy's name? What's Michael's name on Steve Carell? Steve Carell. It got old. So they put someone else on there and they kind of wiggled in and out with the show and it came out pretty cool. They can do the same thing with Walking Dead. The guy doesn't have to be there forever. Rick Grimes can walk away. Let me tell you why I'm sad that he's leaving. Let me tell you why I'm sad. The reason I'm sad about him walking away is because they said when he walks away, they're going to put Daryl in charge of the group and make Daryl like the new head of the show. That bothers me because Daryl has a personality like Kevin Durant / Kawhi Leonard / some type of NFL quarterback that just never speaks. I can't have that type of person leading my show. Can't have it. Daryl is uninteresting to me. Hopefully Daryl has some flashback episodes in him, some stuff like that. I'd like that. That'd be outstanding. I would like that. However, I don't believe in it. It would kind of be like, let me think. It would kind of be like, say you're running a business, right? You need a mascot, and you chose a sloth. You chose a sloth as your mascot, and he just sits there. That's what having Daryl lead the show is going to be like. Did you imagine that correctly? I'm gonna give you another chance. You're running the business. You pick a mascot. You pick a sloth, a real life sloth. And he's just there. That's Daryl running the show. I don't want that in my life. So hopefully they rethink that or put somebody else in charge we haven't thought about. Maybe somebody comes from the fields we haven't seen in a long time. Anybody but Daryl. Somebody start this hashtag, anybody but Daryl, because he is boring. Can't have that. No, cannot. So I want to know what you guys think about this. I mean, according to the articles that I read and some of the comments, people have mixed feelings about it. A lot of you fans, a lot of Walking Dead fans were very upset about it. Me personally, I think it's a good look. I don't have a problem with it at all. Some people are very happy about it too, because it just needs some change. If you guys didn't notice, the show's kind of stale, which is a good thing why they didn't kill Negan, because if you killed Negan off, Negan's got great personality. If you killed Negan off and Rick was going to be gone, it'd be kind of weird. Maybe they're going to set it up where Negan kills Rick. I don't know. I can't even tell you. I also can't give you guys an update on Fear the Walking Dead. You want to know why? Because they're taking one of those Walking Dead 2-week breaks, so it won't be back on until June 3rd, which is fine, because as of right now, I can't say I'm the happiest with them. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that when I come back. Also, there's this. One great thing about the Deadpool movie. One great thing. There was a preview for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that looks like it's going to be really good. I accidentally ended up seeing the Ant-Man movie at my gym. I didn't see it, but I saw a part of it at the gym when I was on TV. I was reading the subtitles. And you know what? Ant-Man looked pretty good. I'm gonna go see Ant-Man 1 first, of course, because you have to go see the first movie, or else you just won't, or else because I don't have the ability to comprehend the movie, so you have to watch the first one. That's the cliche that we all live by. And Ant-Man's really good. So for those of you guys that are asleep on Ant-Man, or if you're anti-Deadpool, you got two options. You can go watch Deadpool and then let me know what you think about it, or you can be anti-Deadpool, which I'm not telling you to, and you could start the Ant-Man franchise. You can sign up for that, because Ant-Man's a thing, apparently. That's what we're going to do. I have a surprise for you. I was gone for almost 2 weeks. I'm going to be leaving within these next couple seconds. However, I will be recording another episode on Monday. Dun, dun, dun! I wish I had sound effects for that. So, you guys have a happy weekend. Thanks for tuning in to hear your favorite host, Ryan Holloway, on the GSMC Sci-Fi Podcast, presented by and on the world-famous GSMC Podcast Network to fulfill all of your podcasting needs. Live long, prosper, and watch out for potholes.